Hello, everyone. We're going to get started on our lesson 4.2 in our enVision workbook. So if you would grab your enVision workbook, and we are going to be on page 176. And on 176, you'll see pictures and information that's going to be just like our slideshow. So go ahead and grab that book on page 176, and I will go ahead and grab the video. All right, so we're going to be using multiplication to divide within 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's what this lesson is going to be about, is using those numbers to divide.
What multiplication fact can you use? Think about this question during the lesson. Why are you able to use multiplication to help you divide?
Okay, so what do we think about that? Why are we able to use multiplication to help us divide? Can you think of why that would be? Is multiplication and division the exact same thing? Or are they related? They are related, and they are part of a fact family. So in a fact family, we have 2 multiplication and 2 division problems with the same numbers. So the reason we can is because it will be an opposite function of dividing. Let's listen to what the video has to say.
Multiplication can help you divide because division is the opposite of multiplication. When you multiply, you combine equal groups to find the total. When you divide, you separate the total into equal groups. D has 14 noisemakers. She puts the same number on each of 2 tables. How many will be on each table? Let's use multiplication to help you think. 2 times what number is 14? Now that you have found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence?
Okay, so we have 2 times what equals 14, where 14 divided by 2 equals what? So let's see if they'll be the same
puts
number.
7 noisemakers on each table. D has 40 stickers. She puts 5 stickers on each bag. How many bags can she decorate? What should you think? What number times 5 is 40? Now that you've found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? D can decorate 8 bags. What other operation could you use to solve this problem? You could use subtraction. You could subtract 5 from 40 8 times. D wants to put 15 cups in 3 stacks on the table. How many cups will she put in each stack? 3 times what number is 15? Now that you found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? D will put 5 cups in each stack. How could you draw an array to help you solve this problem? You could draw an array of 15 cups in 3 equal stacks. You now know how to use the fact families for 2, 3, and 5.
All right, so we're going to head to our book. I'll go grab the camera. We are still on page 176. Okay. So I heard a little story that we have some people who wait for me just to write the answer down in their book. And while that might feel like it's easy, it's not really helping you think. So you should be pausing the video and thinking about what the answer might be before I give it to you. Okay, so kind of like a game. We want you to be able to try to get it before I get it. Okay, so let's look at convince me. How can you use multiplication to help solve 20 divided by 4? Write the related multiplication fact you use to help solve the problem. All right, so we know that 20 divided by 4, 20 is the total. So if we were in a multiplication problem, 20 would be here, and we would have what times 4 would get you to 20. Okay, so we could do 4 circles, we could skip count by 4, and we would find that 5 is our missing number. All right, so let's go over here to page 177. It says, here are 2 ways to write a division problem. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. So this is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the quotient. Here's another way. You may have seen this. A lot of people call it the house. Okay, so we have the divisor on the side, the dividend inside, the quotient on the top. All right. Another way would be, so you might see this in Edmodo, 24 with a slash, 4 equals 6. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. All right. So number 1, how can 5 times 3 equal 15 help you divide 15 by 3? All right. So we can do 5 times 3 equals 15. And 3 times 5 equals 15. So what are we going to write for our division problem? Let me get in here close. What are we going to write for our division problem? Think about it before we give the answer. All right, we have 15 is the total, divided by 3 equals 5. And 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So we've got our fact family there. This guy should be moved over there. I thought I was going to need more room. All right, make sure you get that written down, please. All right, pause if you need to. Number 2 says, Dina has 3 children. She buys 30 pencils to share equally among her children for the school year. How many pencils will each of her children get? Write the answer and the fact family you used. All right, so we know that it's 30 total pencils divided among 3 kids. So 3 times what will give you 30? Think about that. We could skip count by 3. Some of you might already see the answer in there. Okay, so our fact family is 30 and 3. And what's the other number? We've got 3 times something equals 30. Something times 3 equals 30. 30 divided by 3 equals something. 30 divided by what equals 3. All right, so every blank spot is going to be the same number. So if we know that 3 times 10 equals 30 and 10 times 3 equals 30, then 30 divided by 3 will be 10, and 30 divided by 10 will be 3. So we know that the answer is 10. Okay? So we wrote the answer in and we've got the fact family. Go ahead and get that written down, please. All right, pause if you need to. Okay, we're going to go do you know how? In 3 and 4, complete each fact family. 3 times 6 equals 18. And what's the opposite? 6 times 3 equals 18. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 18 divided by, what would it be? 6 equals 3. Okay. Go ahead and get that written down. All right, let's look at this fact family. 9 times 4 equals 36. Commutative property says I can switch these factors. 4 times 9 equals 36. Same commutative property of division. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. So the commutative property of division says 36 divided by 9 equals 4. Okay, we could switch the quotient and the divisor. Switch spots. All right, in 5 through 8, find each quotient. Okay, 36 divided by 4 is 9. 15 divided by 5. Well, we can skip count by 5. 5, 10, 15. So we've got 3. 18 divided by 2, or 2 times what equals 18? If we skip count by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18. 8. I've got 9. There we go. Sorry. 5 divided by 50 would be the same as 5 times what equals 50? If we skip count by 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Both hands. It'd be a 10. All right. So please make sure you have all of this written down before you move on. Make sure that all of this is written down, including up above. This little part here. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go down here and we're going to circle all of the odd. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. All right, so let's go. We're going to find each quotient, which is, what is the quotient? Can anyone remember what the quotient is? It's the answer to a division problem. So 12 divided by 2. If we don't know that, we can do the opposite. 12 times something equals, 2 times something equals 12. Skip count by 2. We could do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Looks like 5 and one more, 6. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. All right, keep going, guys. Go ahead and get that written down. Number 11, 16 divided by 4. 4 times what equals 16? So we can skip count. 4, 8, 12, 16. So 4 times we can do it. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay. Number 13, 14 divided by 2. So we can skip count by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Looks like I did that 7 times. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay, go ahead and try number 15. 24 divided by 4. Now, if you know your number rock songs, you can just hum your tune. You can repeat addition your numbers. All right. So if I have 4, it's the same as saying 4 times what is 24. I can skip count 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 4 is 20 plus 4 is 24. So that's 6. Okay, make sure you're pausing when you need to, okay? Number 17, 3 divided into 27, or 27 divided by 3. You can skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Oh, that's all we have to do. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 goes over that 7. Okay. And then 5 divided into 40, or 40 divided by 5. We can skip count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, make sure you have everything written down. We're just doing the odds. If you want to practice doing the others, you are perfectly welcome to do that. All right, we're going to go to the back. And again, we're doing odds this time. So we're going to circle, let me turn that up that way. We're going to circle 21, 23, 25, and 27. Okay, just all down the left-hand side there. All right, so it says, in 21 and 22, use the rectangle at the right. How many individual squares are inside the rectangle? Write a division equation in which the quotient represents the number of rows. So the answer has to be the number of rows. All right. So how many individual squares are inside the rectangle? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What is 4 times 5? 20, correct? All right, so now it says we're going to write a division equation where the number of rows is the quotient. 20 divided by something equals 4, because 4 needs to be the quotient, and we decided that 4 times 5. So 20 divided by 5 would equal 4. Okay, so just talking about if Anna arranges the squares into an array with 2 columns, how many rows will there be? So we take down and put under here and put another one down, and we would have 2 times what makes 20? 2 times 10, or 20 divided by 2 equals 10. All right, we're going to go to number 23. Make sure you have number 21 done. 23. Joey says, I can't solve 8 divided by 2 by using the fact 2 times 8 equals 16. Do you agree or disagree? Explain. Okay, let's think about that again. He says, I can't solve 8 divided by 2 by using 2 times 8 equals 16. Do you agree or disagree? All right, so 8 divided by 2 is the same as 2 times something equals 8. If we do 2 times 8 equals 16, then 16 divided by 2 would equal 8. Is that correct? Okay, we're not using our we're not using our math facts if we try to use the 16. That's too many. So 2 times what will make 8? 2 times 4 will make 8. So 8 divided by 2 will make 4. So do you agree? He says, I can't solve it by doing that. I agree. Because, now we can't just say I agree. We have to explain ourselves. So I agree because 2 times 8 equals 16 would be a different fact family. Okay, I'll let you guys get that written down. That would be a different fact family. Okay, make sure you push pause if you need to keep writing. We're going to move to 25. Write a division equation. Tell which is the quotient, which is the dividend, and which is the divisor. All right, let's think about it. If we have 28 students divided into groups of 4, will give us how many groups? Or 4 times 4 times what would equal 28? I was going to write 28 here. Okay. All right, so we can say 28 is the dividend. Four is the divisor. And we know that it's 7 here, so 7 is the quotient. Dividend, divisor, quotient. Okay. That's just an alarm to remind me that we have our Zoom meeting. Okay. 27. Which expression can help you divide 12 divided by 3? Okay. Would 2 times 3 help you do 12 divided by 3? 2 times 3 is 6, and that's 12. So that's not going to work. 3 times 3 is 9. That's 12. So that's not going to work. 4 times 3 is 12, and that's 12. Divided by 3 equals something, or what times 3? 4 times 3. So C. And then D. 5 times 3 is 15, and that's 12. So that's not going to work. So just C. All right. So make sure you have all of this written down. Get all of this written down here. Go ahead and push pause because I'm going to move the book. Ready? Here we go. All right, for our homework today. Homework practice lesson 4.2. Use multiplication to divide with 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they give us some more examples here. You can think multiplication to find division facts. Darren and Molly have 16 sheets of paper to share. Each will get the same number of sheets of paper. How many sheets will Darren and Molly get? So we have 16 total broken up into 2 people. So 2 times what number equals 16? 2 times what number equals 16? 2 times 8 equals 16. So what we write, 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Darren and Molly will each get 8 sheets of paper. Example 2 shows Peter has 24 pennies. He puts the pennies into 4 equal rows. There's 4 equal rows. How many pennies are in each row? So what you think is 4 times what number equals 24? 4 times 6 equals 24, and there are 6 in the row. So 24 divided by 4 will equal 6. Peter has 6 pennies in each row. All right. So for our homework, we're going to do number 1, 14 divided by 2. Number 3, 15 divided by 3. Number 5, 9 divided by 3. Number 7, 16 divided by 2. 9, 12 divided by 2. 11, 25 divided by 5. 13, 30 divided by 5. And 15, 10 divided by 2. Okay, so all the odds, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. Okay, all right, we're going to turn the page. And on this side, we're going to circle our odds. Number 17 says you have 18 erasers and you use 3 erasers each month. How many months will your erasers last? Identify the quotient, the dividend, and the divisor. And that is just like we did for number 25. Okay, so it's not the same problem, but it's the same procedure. So we have 18 broken up into 3 groups of erasers. Number 19 says, Paul drew 2 different polygons, which is a shape, a many-sided shape. One shape has 4 sides. The other shape has fewer than 4 sides. What could be the 2 shapes Paul drew? What could be the 2 shapes he drew? Okay. And number 21, Carl has 16 rubber balls to share with his 2 brothers and 1 sister. If Carl and his brothers and sister each get the same number of rubber balls, how many rubber balls will each of them get? Think about what you know and what you need to find, okay? So we know that there are 16 rubber balls. He's sharing them with 2 brothers and 1 sister. So how many numbers of balls will each of them get? 21. And lastly, 23. 16 divided by what number is 4? So you can even do your multiplication here on the side if you need to figure out which number is 16 divided by 4. Alrighty, so that should be everything in your enVision workbook. And then if you would please grab your math interactive notebook. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. We were going to have you do your fact families back here. So open up my book, get all the way back here. All right, so on the fact families, I gave you some numbers to work on. Okay, so let's work on number 4. All right, if you need to pause this so you can get your stuff ready, go ahead and do that and then come back. 4 times 6 is 24. How'd you do? Did you get that one? 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. How you doing? You're getting all of these? 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 11. It's just like 4 times 1 plus 4 times 1. It's 44. 4 times 12. It's 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. So we have 48. Okay, pause this if you need to fix anything. And then we're going to go down here. Number 6 right here says 6 times 6 is 36. Hopefully you got that one. 6 times 7, what would that one be? 42. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 11, 66. And 6 times 12, 72. Okay. Make sure you have all of those written down. Push pause if you need to. All right. This one we're doing 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Is that what you got? Hopefully you did. 7 times 7 is 49. It's 7 more than that. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 11 is 77. And 7 times 12 is 84. Okay, make sure you have all of those written down. All right, so what we should have is all of these fact wheels done. And we also did our distributive property and our associative property. And then we're going to turn to the back. Okay, so everybody could have a different one because I let you pick your numbers, okay? Let's see if I did, let's do 1, and we did a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Let's do an 8, a 0, and a 5. All right, let's see if I can get close so you can see it all. All right, so if I picked 1, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so there's your answers for that one. Okay, you might have totally different ones than me, but that's okay. We might have a few that are similar. All right, let's move over here to 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 10 is 80. And 8 times 1 is 8. Okay, make sure you get that written down. If you need to pause it, you can. If you needed to borrow some of mine, or if you did the same numbers. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 10 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. An easy one. I put that in there on purpose to help us remember. Anything times 0 is 0. All right, we're going to go to 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 5 more, 20. 5 times 5 is 1 more, 25. 5 times 10 is a lot, it's 50. And 5 times 1 is 5. All right, make sure you get that finished. And we should be done because we did this one yesterday with the array. So we're done for today. We'll do some more tomorrow because we'll have our interactive notebook for lesson 4.2. Come on back here so I can see you. Okay, so we're going to be working on just the odd ones in this problem, and then we're going to correct them tomorrow. So please make sure your homework is done today, and then make sure you go into your interactive notebook and check your fact wheels that we did yesterday, and make sure you have the correct answer. And then tomorrow we will be correcting 4.2 and doing some more in our math interactive notebook. All right, and remember that today is Wednesday, so IXL is going to have different starred assignments. So if you didn't get your topic 3 done, you'll have to use the list in Edmodo to know which ones you had to do because the stars will be removed, but you still need to do them, okay? Let me know if you need help with that, all right? And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. I hope you're having fun with this. I think it's fun. I think it's fun, and I can see the easy pattern, and I hope that you can too. So that'll be fun for you. All right, guys, I'll see you later.